Okay, and we are here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So glad you could join us. Stony Mick, Kaiserreich, welcome. We're here. We're ready. Guys, this is Equestria at War, and I am not a My Little Pony fan. I've never watched the show. I don't know anything about it. This mod was recommended to me by Stony Mick. Jin is here, welcome. I noticed that Jin approved Kaiserreich's comment there. Yeah, I am not a fan of My Little Pony by any means, but I've tried out this mod per Stony Mick's suggestion, and it is fantastic, and the politics actually are quite interesting. So we could, I guess, pretend that they are. We'll pretend they're humans. So Stony's the brony, exactly. But you got Equestria here, you got freaking Princess Celestia. Neither am I, but it's a good mod. There you go. Changeling Lands, you got Queen Chrysalis. You got some deer here. It's mainly between, you got the Equestrians, which are like ponies, I guess, and then the Changelings, which are something else. And then you've also got the Griffins over in this other continent here. So the truth says I like to pretend. Alright, well that's great. There are some other races. I can't remember. What if these are actually Equestrians, but then there's also the penguins, and then there's also the polar bears and things like that. And we're gonna be playing as Minotauria, which is over here. We've got King Taurus the Third. We've got some modifiers here. Let's just go ahead and start up the game. I got some water today. Changelings are all we covered. Succubi, but for friendship. Okay, there you go. So changelings are like females that force you to be their friend. Sounds like some people I went to school with. Okay, very cool. We got generic race. Alright, so we just got the generic stuff here. We can research this equipment. We got muskets, which is not great, but... And they changed some of these icons also, which is a little bit weird. We also have to research basic infantry equipment, because basically that... I mean, they feed off of friendship, okay. Why do you have a fetish for island nations? I don't know. I mean, I just tend to play island nations a lot. Anyway, so can we like research any industry? We could do that. And guys, a lot of this industrial or any research really, a lot of this stuff is it takes a very long time to research, and there's a reason for that. An island. Did I just see a My Little Pony thing? Yeah, that's this mod. This mod is Equestria War. Anyway, but I gotta restate, I don't like My Little Pony. It's just that I like this mod. The tech backgrounds. Wait, really? Oh yeah. The artillery and stuff like that. Yeah, I see that. Ah. Alright, so anyway, so, this is gonna be our political tree. This is sort of like a generic My Little focus tree. This is like a generic, equestrian focus tree. There is a, like, true generic thing that the polar bears have, which is over here. Yeah, this is like a true generic thing, and you can reform the society. It's very, very similar to the actual generic focus tree. But we have generic equestrian, which is definitely different. So we've got the standard Army, Air Force, and Navy, and then we've got the political arena and the industrial arena. So and that also branches off into research. Now we need to be aware of everything that's going on here, because you know, the industrial thing is very, very important. We need to rapidly industrialize our country. It's going to be just very, very important for us. So, look at that dragon tribe. Cool. They got 9 manpower. Cool. Alright, because, look, we don't start off with very many divisions. We have Minotaur Infantry Division. There we go. We start off with a little bit of a shortage. We can make a small front line here. And then we can, like, make an offensive line right here. But that's just for planning purposes, right? We also have a... Actually, we don't have any commanders. We got a Griffin commander, apparently, in Minotauria. So, weird. The Drew says, I can just imagine unicorn cartoons stabbing each other. Yep. As I said, this mod has its own music. I don't care. I'm gonna play this music. Okay. Now we have, like, this state. It produces resources, but there are, like, no unlocked slots, and that's a problem. So, let's see what we can produce with our factories. We got 5 civilian factories. I think what we're gonna do is just, like, focus a little bit on civilian industry right now. As far as military factories, we start off with 3. We're going to be producing artillery. Just artillery for now. And we'll change to infantry equipment, because there's no purpose in producing muskets when, you know, anyway. And as soon as we get enough infantry, or army experience, then we can actually remove the support thing just for a short time, just so we can not have to focus on producing support equipment. We don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I'm not going to read those messages in the chat. And dab. Yeah. Yep. So guys, something probably within the next 24 hours, something new is coming to the channel. I am so excited for it. Hopefully I'll be able to, guys, also, I didn't realize this, but I actually had my headphones on, and I didn't need to have them on. So, I get to take them off. Anyway, so, definitely the first country we want to take on. Intro music, yes, it's the intro music. The full thing is going to be done, hopefully, within the next 24 hours. Okay, we've got these modifiers here, okay? This is a different country, but this is going to be the first country we go after. We've got enlightened feudalism, okay? So we've got a little bit extra political power, but fewer resources, less production efficiency, more research time. From that Danish guy. No, this guy's French. And I think the composer you're talking about is Antti Martikainen, which is Finnish, but no, it's actually gonna be a rock song. Anyway, then we've also got mass illiteracy, guys. This is research time plus 45%. So, okay, guys, please stop talking about Kaiser's Discord channel. I don't want to hear about it. Anyway, and then we've also got this level of poverty. Now, this poverty affects your population, it affects your production efficiency, your construction speed, consumer goods factories, and research time. No BTS to play in your intro. Yeah. So guys, look at our research time here. Right here we have plus 10%. Here we have plus 45%. Cedric will be sad, I'm sure. I don't care. Okay, so this is an extra plus 55%, and this is an extra 40%. We're up to 95% extra research time. Then we've got pre-industrial, which is an extra 20%. So we're up to 115%. And then we've got a small science base, which is an extra 55%, which means we're up to 170% increased cost for industry. It's horrible. 170% and then decreased by 5 because we have export focus, right? Now, if we are at free trade, it would be a less research bar. Or less time. And then also we get like some very minor bonuses from having a civilian economy. But yeah, they're just so tiny. So what we need to focus on is definitely reforming our science base. Read good. We need to reform our science base, and we want to okay, the friendship games. We want to rapidly industrialize our country. If we don't do that, we pretty much will not be able to do this. Do we want to ban communism? Let's do military training, actually. Oh, we could... Oh, yeah, that might be good. Just, like, exercise, and then... Crap, just take the decision, right? Some of this. Alright, we probably also want to do, like, ban communism. But actually no, I don't think we do want to do that, because it's just such a tiny thing. It's not just a tiny... And King Taurus III is okay. It's okay to be non-aligned, but I think I want to be fascist. I want to go for the fascist path, right? We've also finished the industrial effort. All right, so now what do we want to do? Cottage industry, that's for extra civilian factories. We go armaments effort, we get extra military factories. But this freaking thing is 140 days. Man, communism? Nah, they'll start themselves out on their own. There you go. But we definitely want to foster fascism. We definitely want to allow that to happen. Perhaps we can do Captain of Industry. Captain of Industry would be extra civilian factory construction speed, and that's what we're producing right now, so... Or perhaps we could change this law right here. We could go to early mobilization. But we need 5% world tension in order to do that, so we might want to wait on that a little bit. Confirm Nazi sympathizer, because like I said, we want to foster fascism. We got the conscription laws here. We want to probably move to limited conscription pretty soon, because we need as much time as possible for our population to mobilize, and that's... It's just like... Yeah. We need lots of time for that, so probably this is going to be the first thing I do. Alright, then that's going to increase kind of a low mobilization speed, but I'm kind of used to the Warcraft mod, so that's totally fine. And we are producing this. It's going to be produced in February of next year. Yeah, that's not enough time. I mean, that's too much time, is what I meant to say. And, okay, so we've got practical doctrinal experience on land. Okay, we could do that. If we get 150 military experience, then you can actually do a 50% research bonus for land doctrine. That's pretty good, I think. And we also want to end up with some tanks. Look at this, 160%. Alright, oh yeah, I'm also on recruit difficulty, so it goes down by another 5%. Okay, look at how low our production efficiency is. It actually would be... It would be at like 1% or something like that if we were at normal difficulty. So we gotta make sure that we're doing everything we can. We can also get a Chief of Army. Now this is at... These guys are not that good. Artillery, perhaps. Am I the only one that finds it weird that you're playing Minotaurs again? I know, I just kind of like Minotaurs, so... I don't find it weird, because... I actually chose the, Minotauria because... Or no, I chose the Taurens from the Warcraft mod. I chose that because I was planning on playing Minotauria, and so this was like... Playing on Recruit, no wonder you seem better than me. I do it just to make things a little bit easier. Just a slight bit easier. Now when I'm on my own, I can play on normal difficulty because if I lose, then I just lose and I just take the defeat. But on stream, I play a Recruit. But it's just, I mean, it's just extra production efficiency. It's a little bit of decreased research time. It's really not that much. I don't think it affects your organization, does it? What mod is this? It's called Equestria at War. Yeah, it doesn't affect your maximum organization, I don't think. So, you can actually... Yeah, it doesn't look like anything is being affected. Organization is the same. Yeah, there you go. I see what Stony Mick was saying, but still. Can't use that kind of word. I also kind of want a Marine division, but unfortunately we just really have to get this infantry equipment. This is really the most important thing, because if we don't get this infantry equipment, then really, honestly, being totally honest, we can't get anything else. So that's the most important thing right now. We probably do want some artillery, though. Just add that. Start using the equipment we have, and then start actually producing to meet a shortage, right? It's not a lot. We're not producing a lot. Okay, totally fine. Yeah, Stunning Mick, unfortunately for me, and unfortunately for you, I do have mods. So, even if it doesn't automatically catch something, the mods will block it. Okay, we've got some more political power here. We can't spend it on early mobilization yet. And we also can't change these. See, it looks like we can change them, but we actually cannot, because you actually have to do this through focus trees. Right? It says this takes, you know, -1 political power, but and then we can't choose you can't choose your race, obviously. There's still no world tension. All right, probably gonna do Captain of Industry. Why want to do that? Mr. Krabs. Oh, what? The phone rings. Mr. Crab picks up the phone. Hello? Person on the phone. What? That is interesting, Kaiserite, that you would say something like that, but okay. Now, right now, this plan says inferior enemy, but just in case, I want to eventually get some Marine divisions. Just a couple of them, just to push through, just to have not too much of a detractor. Okay, all right. Anyway, so they have, looks like they have 9 divisions. We only have 5. And they have 3 military factories, same as us. They have 5 civilian factories. We have 9. So they're a little bit less industrialized than we are. Tex of India is wondering. But my favorite episode of SpongeBob, really? I don't remember that episode. Okay. So we've got this war going on right now. We've got this Griffonian Empire. It is kind of like a disjointed empire. It's got like they've got a regency council, right? The emperor is dead. They're going the right to the commoners. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they're trying to go with the Archon. Power to the 3, land reforms, garner support from the burghers. So interesting. And then you go with literacy campaign. This gradually removes mass illiteracy. Because currently they have mass illiteracy. Let me see this. Yeah, that's really bad. Oh, they've got illiteracy even worse than mine. Because mine is plus 45%. This is plus 60%. That's really bad for them. You watch the gangsta dub of SpongeBob. Okay. Okay, roads and railways. That's what we want to do. Next, we want to do. Okay, economic stimulus is something that we really want to get on, because that's going to modify our poverty thing. That's going to increase our research speed. Our research speed is the really, really important thing that we want to keep an eye on. Grand Galloping Gala, whatever. You know, you've got Canterlot. So freaking stupid. Alright, you've got Equestria, you've got, what are they doing here? They've got a massive focus tree. Boy, roads are theft. Interesting focus tree. They got an enormous focus tree. And also interesting how... Hold on, all ponies joint research. Wait, is there a communist path that they could do? Can they actually go communist? I'm looking for red stuff in the national focus. Hold on, what just happened? Okay, Dark Force, end of the Civil War, United Equestria, search for compromise. Wait, powers the Diet. I don't even know. I have no idea what all this is. The Chart of the Republic, that's political power gain. Declaration of Self-Determination. That's democracy. That's also democracy. What is this? That's also democracy, and that's also democracy. Harmony is like democracy. Or you could just go with support the left. That's what it is. I just remember the joke I had prepared for the beginning of the stream. The time has come, and so have I. Okay. Get to the other side. Yep, you gotta... The PCP. Or Alicorn rule. Interesting. Alright. So, we can also do War Industrialists. I think we want to do that for the military factories. But we also might want a fascist demigod. Right? Just to start building the fascism support. We still don't even have 5% world tension. If we do have 5% world tension, we can do this. PCP the drug. No, it's a pony communist party or something like that. I don't know. There's also a tiny bit of fascism. But let me see. I can't actually see what it's called. Hold on. What is it actually called? HSR. 1% support. Alright, well there you go. Okay, so let's take a look at our logistics. We are barely producing any of this crap. We need more production efficiency. And that's going to help once we get basic machine tools, because that's going to increase it by 10%. But right now, having the maximum at what? 18? No, the cap is 22%. That's so low. It's just so bad. And it's being modified down by what? 35? 43%. Being taken down by 43%. It would actually, our production efficiency would be 2% if not for improved difficulty. See, today's dev diary, there wasn't much there. I think you're talking about EU4, and if so, then it's probably because they're getting closer and closer to release. Because usually, if they revealed most of the major features and they're just talking about, you know, not much else, then they're getting close to release. Especially, usually the achievements come, like, on the second to last dev diary, and then the mod gets, or the mod, the expansion gets released the week after, and they release the patch notes instead of a dev diary. I'm really excited for Dharma, though. I really want to pick that up. And I want to do a campaign with it. Jeez, man. We gotta produce so much. Alright, infantry equipment is only 58 days away. See, they would probably have released it already if not for them taking an entire month off. Well, I mean, but they've got to have a vacation at some point. I'm okay with that. Alright, so we're doing economic stimulus. This is actually going to help, because this is going to increase our production efficiency only by 1%, but it's also going to increase our access to civilian factories, and then also it's going to reduce our research time, which is very, very important. And then, you know, the same thing is going to happen with Industrial Revolution. Then what we need to do is improve railways. That's going to modify the poverty again. Education reform, probably better. Probably that's more important right now. Seems Plankicorn is live. Thanks, you two. Guys are like, what are you talking about? Also, I have a new series for the weekend, by the way. It is not a strategy game, just for kind of a change. I want to remain pretty much a strategy channel, but, oh, I thought, okay, I realized what he's talking about now. But I've got a really cool game plan for the weekends, just until I finish it, I suppose. It's called The Free Ones. Very cool parkour game. Oh, cool. We gotta open up political discourse. We can spend some political power on that. Yeah, let's do that. Expand civil support. We want some fascism support. But also, we're gonna get some reduction in stability, which is bad. Should we do that? We can discredit the government. Oh, that would be good. But, I don't know. Anyway, let's just expand the civil support here. We don't really want to have a civil war. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Stony Mick. Okay, So we got this economic stimulus. We've got the infantry equipment, which is going to be done very soon. We'll be able to produce, or we'll be able to research 3 more things at very slow rates, admittedly, but that's gonna go down. I mean, things are gonna get better. It's got this pre-industrial society. It's not agrarian. Like, I think these guys are agrarian. No, they're pre-industrial as well. And they're also pony race. They got a small science base. These guys have a tribal society, which is way worse. Research time plus 70%. What do we have? Plus 20%. They've got minus 70%. So that's insane. Alright, so we finished that production efficiency. We can't get this until we get the basic infantry equipment. So we need to wait a little bit. Just a couple more days. Boom. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Dab on the Nords. What is this? They've got an agrarian society. That's plus 50%. Alright, here we go. We got the artillery. We've got the infantry equipment. Good, good, good. Alright, so now we want to research probably basic infantry equipment to infantry equipment 1. Let's research that. And then let's also go for industry, or we could do that for research time. 15-minute video on Alex's meme channel, mine too, but mentioning it is illegal. That's humans. Oh my goodness. Tribal society way worse? That's racist. Alright, anyway, so we've got these industrial bonuses here. We can actually go with concentrated industry. I think we're gonna do that. Or we could do improved machine tools. That might be more useful, honestly. And then we've got land doctrine. Also, my window is open. Better. Yeah, it is freaking unwelcome. Alright, I kind of want to go with mobile warfare just for, like, tanks. I feel like if we have tanks, that'll be useful. We have a good amount of population. I mean, several millions. Yeah, 6.28 million. And don't forget about these islands here. These islands have pretty good population. Several hundred thousand people. This state alone has 34,000. All right. All right, but we have that now, so now we can actually go to our production, and now we want to go down to 1 factory producing artillery, and we want 2 producing basic infantry equipment. Now we can actually start to replace this stuff. And it's way cheaper to produce basic infantry equipment, so we're producing a lot more of it. What's the plan? Well, we just want to get as big as possible, because the Griffonian Empire is going to consolidate power, and so is Equestria. Equestria is going to win against the Changeling lands, and they're going to get a lot of divisions, and the Griffonian Empire might not have as many divisions, but they're going to have a lot of industry. They're going to have huge amounts of industry, and so we need to be able to stand up to them. I only ever play on the mainland. I mean, I think by the mainland you're talking about either this continent or like a landlocked country like this, whereas I'm technically an island nation. I consider myself part of the continent though. Like an island nation I would consider more like this. Right? They are changeling. Okay. Interesting. They've also got an agrarian society, poor science base. Oh, it's horrible. Nova Griffonia took 5 states. They annexed Virgilia. Okay. My dad sneezed. I said, bless you. My mom says, thank you. And my gut clenched? What? I don't understand why, but okay. Okay, also, we could discredit the government now. Boom. We just lose 1 stability, but We're getting more and more support for fascism. Unfortunately, the leader for the fascism, doesn't have a portrait. I feel like it should be King Taurus III should be the leader of the fascist party. I cringe easily. Oh. I don't think she is, but... He saw a ghost. Let's see. Expand civil support. I don't think we want to do that right now. If we get more than 55% support, then we can hold a national referendum. But first I want to spend the political power. I want to get something else. I want to get maybe army logistics. That's going to reduce our attrition. Perhaps we still don't have 5% world tension, so it's still 2%. She's watching sports in the next room. Okay. So we want... Actually, I think I'm going to go with War Industrialist. Gonna help us produce these things. Vote for the Fascist Party. Brilliant! And we're gonna go War Industrialist. We're also gaining quite a bit of political power. Okay, Enlightened Feudalism gives us 0.2. This freaking economic stimulus takes way too long. And Industrial Revolution also takes 140 days. What is this? It's insane. Well, industrial effort is going to what? It's going to modify our poverty, and instead we get an outdated industrial factor, industrial society. Then we get their sector, and then you modify it up, like up again, and then you probably end up removing mass illiteracy. Let's expand civil support again. Industrializing takes a while. Yes, it does. It definitely does. We want to just industrialize as fast as freaking possible. What did you expect? Oh, jeez, dude, this takes so freaking long. I need to like build 2 more military factories here. Civilian factories are just so freaking expensive. Military factories are expensive too, but not quite as much. And also our construction speed is quite bad. Oh, yeah, that's really bad. You go from a tribe to a superpower overnight? Not how it works. Well, technically we're not a tribe, though. We just got a pre-industrial society. We've got like a medieval society, I like to think of it. Whereas Equestria, I believe, is a modern... Yeah, they got a modern society with a developed science base. I think probably the major powers are all like that. Yeah, same thing. What about Graphonia? Graphonian Empire? Yeah, same. So they don't even have this thing. Modernization effort. Well, they already got a modern society. What is this? Freaking babies. Also, the Graphonian Empire did not consolidate like I thought they would. Except the Mongols. Yeah, the Mongols went from a tribe to a superpower overnight. And you got the Graphonian Republic here. Interesting. Republican struggle. Even though times are hard, many still believe in the Republican dream. So they're trying to maintain the Republic here, but then you've got the Empire over here that wants to, you know, consolidate. Unite the Griffins, right? But yeah, I don't know, I do have this aversion toward... Not aversion. I've got, like, this tendency to want to play Island Nations. Especially in EU4. Like, I really like playing Island Nations and stuff in EU4. Now, in this game, it's a little bit more difficult to play Island Nations because the freaking naval system is so broken. But... I mean, that's a different discussion, but... I don't know, I like playing as Island Nations, and I think it's just fun. So we're going with Industrial Revolution, we are producing more of the stuff, producing military factories. Is Japan a true island nation? I mean, I would consider them an island nation. They're made up of islands. Their capital is on an island. All of their society is on an island. Or on islands. Consider them an island nation. The United Kingdom's an island nation. I think all their territories are islands at this point. They used to control a lot of territory in Africa, but they were still an island nation. Most action and stuff is in Manchuria. I'm talking about modern-day Japan. And also... well, it's not an island, it's an island nation. Yes, it's made up of several islands. But, like, for example, technically Minotauria is an island nation. But we have way more than just this big island here, right? Parts of Iron 4 Japan. Yeah, I mean, all their action is all in other areas, you know, continental areas. But at the same time, you know, the bulk of their stuff is made up of islands. Britain is an island nation. Yes, they are. Like, the bulk of their stuff is you know, islands. Doesn't even matter. You're right, it doesn't matter. It's sort of semantics right now. But, I mean, that's fine. I will debate about semantics for probably far too long. Alright, so we are working on this. We're almost halfway done to the Industrial Revolution. It's going to be much better. It's going to improve our research time. We are up to 150%. Also, world tension is now down to 1%. We need it to go up. We need world tension to go up. Probably also extensive conscription would be good. Is all my population mobilized? Yeah, pretty much. Extensive conscription probably needs to happen. Are you being anti-semantic? No, but Alex is. These guys. But yeah, the weekend videos should be pretty interesting. Starting off with a game called The Free Ones. It's basically, you start off as a guy that was kidnapped and turned into a slave, and your job is to escape. And you got like a grappling hook, and that's pretty cool. So. Oh, jeez. I don't know how to increase the support for fascism faster. We need... Actually, I do know how, but that would require taking attention away from our industrialization. We'd have to open up the political sphere, strengthen the government, or we could do Dreams of a Republic. That could be it. What? Slavery is bad, okay? Yep, that's true. We gather support, or we could do rightful rule and noble birthright. Either way, you can always go with survival of the strongest, and then you get, you know, nationalist thought. You get gear for war, all this stuff like that. Militarization is recruitable population an extra 5%. So, like no Jews in Korea. Yeah, true. Very, very few Jews in Korea. Semantic, not Semitic. I'm sort of pro-semantic. I mean, honestly, I will, like I said, I'll discuss semantics for far too long. Especially with my dad. My dad likes to debate semantics with me. It was against, like, the 2 Jews in Korea. What is this? Okay, let me see here. 3 towns of Griffiths. They're not really that industrialized. Very few factories. They got more military factories than I do, though. This is another issue. Civilian economy is doing most of it, but 41%. Poverty is definitely doing some of it as well. I'm not anti-Semitic, I'm counter-Semitic. I don't know what that means, but I don't know the difference. Okay, but we have some more political power. What can we do? We can expand some civil support. Again, that's going to make us lose some stability. And our stability is already quite low. I don't want to take it down anymore, actually. Because that's factory output. We need lots of factory output. I did see a Korean Muslim. I have seen very, very few Muslims in Korea, honestly. We could ban communism. But, oh yeah, but that's not even... just lose some stability. Say he looked interesting, full-grown beard, or imam-like clothes, no mustache. Interesting. That is very interesting. Not something I would expect. And we could do, I think probably we would want to do improved worker conditions. That gets us stability and reduces factory output. I think probably that's a good idea because whispers into mic, that's the joke. Okay. We can prepare for civil war, but I don't really want to. Anyway, we're almost done with the Industrial Revolution, so that's good. Are we about to get anything like this? Yes, we are. Once our production efficiency increases, then good. Free civilian factory. Right? We modified the poverty. We want to do education reform, which is freaking another 140. Look at this. Economic boom. Oh my freaking gosh, dude. All of this stuff is just 140 days. We've got 3 more 140-day focuses. And then this, oh, this one is 140 days, so that's 4 more. This one's 105 days. This one's 98 days. Teach him to read. Yeah, what we want, we want to change our science base. We also want to modify the mass literacy to give us more research time, so we want to do that first. The research time is going to be pretty important because right now we do have the ability to research or to produce things. The problem is just that we need to research things. We need to improve our technology. Okay. Weird. Okay, military training. Can't you get? Yeah, you get some free military experience from that. I don't want to do that. We've got a small surplus of infantry equipment, but overall, not huge, and not enough to maintain an offensive against the Grand Duchy of Sikamian. How to fix that awful research, though? I know. We got horrible, horrible research. World tension is now at 0%, by the way, so we can't change our economy. Which that doesn't really affect it, but yeah, so we're up to 148%, or sorry, 140%, but it's gonna go up by 15% when we finish this one. So that's good. Diabetes. I see. We get a military theorist. That's something we can gain. That's more army experience, just for free. Although, I kind of want a tank designer. I think I'm going to start getting that. Improve machine tools, cool. What if humans were quadrupedal? Talk. Alright, so we improved our production efficiency. I think what we need to do now is do concentrated industry to improve our factory output. Right? I'm Wilfred Brinley. I'm here to talk to you about diabetes. All right. We're not producing any support equipment, but that's... I think that's all right. Our construction speed is also horrible. It's minus 40% here. The mass illiteracy, I think it's going to get better. Yeah, by 5%. It's not a lot, but it's something. Let me see here. Yeah, poverty. Export focus. The industrialist is helping it. Look, man, as much as I love this mod, there ain't much going on right now. No, I know, and I agree with that, and that's something that I was definitely afraid of. But I think... I mean, the thing is, we can't right now. We can't do anything. Because if we attack, that's going to spell disaster. That's just going to make us lose. They've got more divisions, and we're crossing a strait into them, and it's not really anything to do. At least invade somebody. I cannot invade anybody. Anybody can defend against us. We need to industrialize. The test game that I played, you know, we're pretty much sitting ducks unless we can industrialize as fast as possible. You got to go through your focus tree, and you've got to, and you've got to go fascist, right? First of all, so you don't have to wait for world tension. Remember, world tension is 0%. We're not aligned. We can't even justify a war goal, which means we can't even declare war. So, why I suggested the changelings? I mean, you could do that. I didn't really find it to be something that would suit my playstyle, but they get right into the action. I suppose. Also, Manhattan. I like that city name. But, I mean, usually what I do in this game is I take kind of a more minor country and I bring them to glory, I bring them to greatness, which is what I did in the Warcraft mod, and it's what I do normally in this game. So, like, what did I do? I actually took Germany and Führerreich, which is odd. I took, in Kaiserreich I played America, I played Mongolia, right? I don't tend to play the major countries. I did play China that one time. I did play China in base Hearts of Iron 4. 2 focuses, and there is a war depending on your path of choice. 2 focuses are war. Revitalize the Luftwaffe. What, so you've got Unite the Nation, you've got... Ah. So you've got that, or that. Okay. Should do Cold War mod Germany? Which Germany? New hives? Alright. But yeah, that's what they've got going for them, I guess. Which is, hey, it's fine. But it's not what we're going for. We're going for a different kind of approach. And we're also going to get a military theorist here. Boom. Up you choose. Up to you choose. Okay. Let's go ahead and get Marines. Oh, no. It's too much time to research. We're going to just get the easier thing to research. We're going to upgrade this equipment. I'm referring to Thoraxian Revolt. Their focuses are on spreading democratic uprisings in their neighbors. Oh, interesting. Because right now they're fascist. So, Thoraxian Party at 3%. Interesting. And these deer here, they've got Empowered Church, they've got Johann. Okay, interesting. Changeling Threat. All stags must serve, prepare defense. Don't they start out with some other thing? Like... Yeah, remove natural spirit, raising dissent, yeah. We got that. Gun for every buck. Or end the cottage industry. Okay, weird. But yeah, so we've got that. We can expand civil support if we want to, but didn't we improve worker conditions? I don't know. Anyway, stability is also going to go down as unaligned goes down, right? Education reform almost done. We probably need some more divisions here. Let's get some more. Let's make 2, or sorry, 10, and then do it 2. My rifle, this is my gun, this is for shooting, this is for fun. Oh, jeez, I don't know what that is, but I'm afraid to ask. Let's also add a field marshal. I mean, we might as well have like some bonuses here, right? Remote, you get 1 trait. We want offensive doctrine. We want organization first. Good, we finished our education reform. Reference to a movie I've never watched. Okay. Reinforce rate might be good. We'll do organization first. We are in the process of industrializing our country as fast as possible. Economic boom. We want to improve our poverty yet again. It's another 140 days. Like, we could just get much more research time just by doing this. Gives us free infrastructure, less poverty, right? Production efficiency gap plus 4%. Oh yeah, it's gonna take down our. It's gonna take our production efficiency gap up by a lot. So good. Okay, I just got a text message that was spam. I hate that. Okay, what kind of shortage is there here? This is 1,700 days. This is 455 days, so definitely we need more factories on the infantry equipment. And also their production efficiency is still going up, so... What I might do, guys, is I might actually just let some time pass. Like at 11:30, I can end the stream instead of 12, and then I can just let some time pass and just let the game run and sort of like make some decisions just to industrialize us. That way, when we get to the next stream, then we will be industrialized. We'll be ready to go. And even if I wanted to, my mom is anti-gun. Oh, jeez. We're almost an hour in, and still no war. I know build-up is important and all, but come the F on, man. I know. But there's literally no possibility, Stony Mick, because we're non-aligned. We can't justify a war goal. We cannot justify a single war goal. So, because of that. Look at this dragon tribe. Got a single division. Look at this dragons. Division attack and defense plus 550%. Weird. They don't even have a unique thing. And their flag is Bhutan. Suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, I hear. Okay, what do we want to do? Maybe we want some small arms company, right? Perhaps. The dragons are led by their one female. Is that a female? Queen Ember. Yeah, that is a female. Well, there you go. A very, very little manpower in these states. They've got to have like a special kind of division. Like bees and ants. Yep. They're led by their one female. Led by the queen. Okay, here we go. Improve railways, so we're getting that. It's going to improve our our research time. Did you assume their gender? Just assume my gender? Excuse me, okay? I identify as a super male, and my pronouns are super he, super him, and super his. And if you don't use it, if you don't use those, that's a hate crime, and you're going to jail. Saturday night must be fun for her. Oh. Alright, here we go. We've decreased this from 1,700 days to 1,300 days. I think that's just improving production efficiency. Dragons lay eggs, so it's probably not that bad. Do all dragons lay eggs? Depends on what, it depends on what, lore you're going by, you know? Since dragons don't actually exist, you can say anything you want about them. Also, Aquileia. Okay, so Aquileia is this other disjointed kingdom, and These are free military factories. I don't want to do that yet. Aquileia is this other disjointed kingdom. And you've got this, which is the Marcher Lordship of Westkeep. You've got the Aquileian Republic, which is democracy. And these are non-aligned. Okay, so there you go. That mass illiteracy is horrible. The second revolution? Jeez, long live the revolution. I think this is supposed to be like France, honestly. This is supposed to be like France. This is... I have no idea. I don't know who the Griffonian Empire is supposed to be. Here, wait, hold on, where's... Oh, the Griffonian Empire, there. I don't know who they're supposed to mirror. There's literally one good one. Because he was kidnapped by the ponies as an egg. Oh. I see. And then, I don't know who this is supposed to represent, but I think that the Changeling, obviously if they're... Look, they're, where is it? Revitalize the Luftwaffe? That sounds like Germany, so... And also, world tension is 8%. Probably a metaphor for race. I mean, it's literally race, not a metaphor. But I think you might mean that it's a metaphor for real world races. You know, that could be it. And by the way, this song is actually not a remix of the Katamari song. I don't think it is, unless it says remix. No, it's just Katamari on the Rocks. Cool. There's monarchist fascists. I mean, I don't know, I guess. Kind of. I don't know. But yeah, once we get 150 political power, we can change away from being a civilian factory. That's going to be much better. We can reduce the penalty for a lot of these things. For like civilian factory and military factory construction speed. Oh yeah. And then we just get... And then we get 5% more consumer goods, or civilian factories for our use. That one orange country and a bunch of orange countries around it is probably USSR. Oh, that could be it, yeah. It's the Griffonian Empire. That could actually be it. Now, they've kind of... A lot of power has been taken from them, but... The River Federation. The Trumpenreich. Or the River Federation. It could be... The River Federation, but... I'm thinking probably, and they have a generic thing, so it's really hard to tell. But I'm kind of thinking that might be like a thing for the United States, because right now they're pre-industrial, which not in World War II, but like basically they've got a lot of potential. They've got a lot of population. You know, they're at limited conscription. They have quite a bit of manpower. They've got a lot of population over here, and several states with multiple millions of people in it, and but they have a lot of potential. It's just at the beginning they're very weak. Griffonian Empire, clear one, the Romanau commune. Where? Wait, is that this? What? What? They've got a unique focus tree, and yet Minotauria doesn't. What is this? The actual communists are the USSR. I mean, Stalingrad, yes, but I mean, at the same time, yes, they're communists, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be a metaphor for an actual communist nation. Favor front? What's that? Oh, it's that. Also, I love the freaking Van Hoover. Maybe this is the Is this the United States? Is that Equestria? Public schools? Pretty sure Minotaurs aren't even canon. Are they? I feel like they should be. The war on the Griffonian host. Alright, so we got this. Wow. Okay, I did not see this war last time. So we got these guys that are consolidating power. One of these guys is going to win. It's probably going to be this one, and they're going to be an issue to take out. They're half human, and there are no humans in this universe. Well, but maybe in this universe they're not half human. Maybe in this universe they're just bipedal cows. Bipedal, bulls. Bulls and cows. Or perhaps they're just some kind of, like, completely unique race, right? Also, we have 20% world tension, so we can actually change to partial mobilization. Much better. Now we've got 8 factories to work with, which is good. Much better. I mean, with the lore, you could basically say anything, you know? I also want to improve worker conditions, so as soon as we get 100 political power, we're going to go for that. But yeah, I think probably at 11:30, I'm probably just going to end the stream there, and then, like, let the game run, just so we can... So next stream will already be ready to go. Or at least much closer. You picked a boring nation, that's all I'm trying to say. But it's not... The thing is, it's not boring... once you get into it, once you actually industrialize, and once you can bring your nation up. It's not boring at that point, but it just takes a little while to actually set up. I know very little about My Little Pony, just some of the basics from the early seasons. I've never watched My Little Pony ever. Ever. So, because of that. Okay, yeah. Improved worker conditions, I think we need to do that. Same amount of military, or civilian factories as well. Griffonian Empire expanding. Oh, okay. The Griffonian Empire, they're trying to consolidate their power now. Okay, the Creeper Mountains, nice. Is there a faction going on? Yep. Yep, there is a faction here. The Falcor Principality probably I want to snatch up before that faction can snatch them up. That's sick. That's nasty. With ponies, like with horses. So what? What the frick, man? What kind of cities we got here? Boca Petra, alright, and the Minotauria, and we got Prospero. Very cool. You're nasty. I'm the nastiest guy alive. I'm the nastiest guy alive, so I have a right to call people nasty. There you go. Concentrated industry, alright, we got that, so it increased our factory output. Probably I want some construction speed. Anyway. So we're getting close to finishing this economic boom. Unfortunately, after that, then we have to go for industrial effort. It is insane. Does this actually help our thing here? Research time plus 10%. Yeah, actually it does. It does help. Because this is research time plus 20%, so this is actually going to give us plus 10%, even though we're on the industrial side. Stunning Mick. Always a spicy one. Alright, the Griffonian Empire. Cool, they're expanding again. Where were they? Oh yeah, the Romau. Western Town and Romau. I love how, like, they have 2 cities and 2 provinces. Interesting. They might be a fun country to actually play as the Romau Commune. Prove me wrong. Well, see, disgusting is subjective, so you can say that that's disgusting. But I can also say other things are disgusting. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think... Like, I think... Yeah, you have the right to say anything is disgusting. But I also have the right to say that what you do is disgusting. So, there you go. Alright, industrial effort 2, we're going for that. We got economic boom. We're down actually to 105%, so we're getting much better on the industrial front. And if you're wondering what this is like a sun stick. This is like roll-on sunscreen. It's pretty cool. You can like take it off, you roll it on your arms or whatever, and it doesn't like leave your skin like totally white. Trust me on this, it's more a matter of their personality. What, the pony's personality? And the plot? Sure. Sure. Call of service. Oh yeah. Service, there's service there. So, the Olenian Reich. That, I bet you, see these are both fascist countries, I bet you this is like a fascist Sweden or something like that. Actually a well-written show most of the time. From what little I know, well, it might be a well-written show, that doesn't mean that I don't think it's disgusting that people sexualize them in that way, so. Let me see, what would it take to be able to change to a war economy? Probably be at war, yeah. I have to be at war. No matter what ideology, you have to be at war to change to a war economy. So dang it, man. However, we completed support weapons, so that's always good, right? We want to probably get improved infantry equipment because we're pretty close to actually getting the weapons too. So if we just get this. And we also got the mobile warfare doctrine, very cool. Boom. Rule 34, oh I know Rule 34, and I think most of that stuff is nasty. Okay, huge shortage still. Any reinforcements? No, actually it's producing just new divisions. Sapient creatures, it's not bestiality, it's feral furry. Okay, so you can make that distinction. I still think it's nasty. Did I ever say it was bestiality? I don't think I did. Also, I think we finished with the military factory there. I'm gonna just continue with just this one, and then... Armored vehicles are not invented. Aircraft is not invented. But we can get them. Fascist assault divisions. Okay, here we go. Fascism support. We got more recruitable population. Less stability. More fascists. We're at 50% now. Pretty good. Anything else to talk about? I don't know. I mean... Oh, the summit with Trump and Putin. I mean, that's something to talk about. Trump was an absolute disgrace in that summit. And this coming from somebody that will commend... I can't do it until 55%. I have to wait till 55%. This is coming from somebody that will commend Trump when I think he does a good job with something. You know, I think he was an absolute disgrace in that summit. Otherwise there'd be a civil war. Well, I can't do it though. I can't actually do it. I didn't see the summit. I didn't see all of it, but I did see a lot of it, and I mean that was just insane. Like, how can we allow our president to do this? He got actual people on Fox News to denounce him. Neil Cavuto was just like, he behaved absolutely disgracefully. I mean, like, you expect some of the more left-leaning networks to criticize him. You expect CNN and NBC, and especially MSNBC. But Fox News even was criticizing him. That's the point where you just gotta look at this objectively. What did he do wrong? First of all, there was a conflict between what U.S. intelligence said and what Putin said. U.S. intelligence said Russia definitely meddled in the election. They definitely interfered in the election. They didn't say which way, they didn't say... I mean, you know, this is a separate claim from the Russia collusion thing, okay? You know, there's one claim that Trump colluded with the Russians, and there's another claim that just simply states that Russia meddled in the election in some way, that they tried to change the outcome of the election. And that Trump wasn't involved in this, and that it was just Russia being Russia. The posted some ad. Okay, but U.S. intelligence say they did that. Putin says they didn't do that. Trump says that because Putin was strong in his denial, that he trusts Putin over the U.S. intelligence. We do that to them. Okay, but that's different from actually hacking voting machines and stuff like that. Like, there have been voting electronic things that have been compromised. Right? It's not only the ads. Yes, the ads are something, but that's not illegal. You know, you're just purchasing ad space. Successful revolution. The Aquilian Republic. Oh, sweet. So, Aquilian Republic won. I didn't see that last time. Interesting. Alright. Cool. Also, Pirwen, or Prywen, is doing so well. Putin may not have ordered it. Yeah, but Putin said they definitely didn't do it. Because a nation does something doesn't mean the leader said to. Okay, but he didn't say, I didn't tell them to do it. I said he said they definitely didn't do it. And either way, Trump needs to be siding with U.S. intelligence. It's sort of like, it's what I call the family doctrine. Inwardly, you could criticize U.S. intelligence. You could say, what else went down? There was like, would you denounce, or would you hold Putin accountable for anything at all? And he basically said yes, but on the same level as he would hold the United States accountable, which is that he just said that both countries have done wrong things. It was so generic, it was so watered down. Like, Russian media was just so happy after the summit that they saw it as a victory for Putin that showed Russia's clear and strong standing on the world stage. It could have been some geeky Russian kids who found their dad's government computer, but I'm pretty sure that they connected it with Russian agents. So, but it's like the family doctrine. Like, I mean, okay, Trump can go on Twitter and just internally he can say, you know what, he calls it a witch hunt, okay? He calls it, you know, this is a witch hunt or whatever, and they're looking for something that doesn't exist, and I don't think they need to be doing this or whatever. And you can criticize your intelligence communities, but when it's your country against somebody else's country, and you're the president of your country, you don't side with the other country. That's just not something you do. You could say, well, we're not really sure exactly what happened. You could say that. But he didn't say we're not exactly sure what happened. He said, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be Russia. So that's just, you know, Russia are not our enemies. Having their citizens happy for a while could be... There are adversaries, though. That's the thing. They're not enemies, but they are adversaries. They are opponents. They are competitors. They don't really have a big economy, but at the same time, you know... Why not side with them if you know your side is wrong? But he doesn't know our side is wrong because the intelligence community has determined definitively that they tried to meddle. What is this? This cancer. Hi, Cyberstanium Mapper. And you don't know your side is wrong. You know, it's just what Trump thinks. He just says, well, I don't see any reason why it would be Russia. Pretty much those main things, but also there's the suspicious thing that he did with no other country. He's only done with Putin, and that they had a very private meeting with only translators, nobody else. Has modding gone too far? A little bit. Two meddling responses does not make a disaster. But in general, he was just very weak on that. He was very weak. And then it was so disastrous that he had congressional Republicans completely not supporting it. And this is where I disagree with Rand Paul. I actually agree with Rand Paul on many, many things. But on this thing, I do not agree with Rand Paul. Because Rand Paul actually did not denounce the... Yeah, Jin says, calls Europe as foes and sides with Putin. It's very odd, yes. So, I like that he's saying that we should, you know, hold Europe accountable and they need to be paying more and contributing more to the NATO defense. So that's good. But saying that NATO is as bad as NAFTA, or like, I mean, like fighting with our allies, like that's just not good. I'm willing to admit it doesn't sound great, but talking behind closed doors is nothing new. I mean, it's not really that new, but at the same time, you know, why? Why with Russia? You know, when you can have talks with all these allies, there's no issue. You can have talks, you can have a talk with North Korea and everybody's invited. But you talk with the country that everybody says that you're in the pocket of, and you gotta have a totally private meeting. Like, why not, for the sake of transparency, just have the press invited to that? Seriously. The EU is in a bad state right now? Absolutely, the EU is in a bad state. I don't think the European Union should even exist, but currently there are allies. Let them take care of themselves, and if they can't, then they should learn Russian. The thing is, we gotta protect our allies. We gotta be nice to our allies. And yeah, they should contribute more. They definitely should contribute more. We contribute way more. You can disagree with the EU, but still allies. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what Jin is saying as well. You know, it's just the whole idea that it's the family doctrine, right? You can criticize, no, I can criticize my brother, but you can't criticize my brother because you're not his brother, right? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we can domestically say, I think that our country is in a bad state, but then to outwardly portray your country as being weak, or outwardly portray your intelligence as being inaccurate, that's just not okay. It's just it's so weird for a US president to behave that way. It's just not really something that we see very often. NATO is meant to be a buffer zone between the US and Russia. We no longer need said buffer. You don't know that because Russia's obviously still trying to meddle in the elections. Russia wants to be on the world stage at a very powerful position, and they do have a lot of the world nukes. So we need to make sure, you know, and now maybe we don't need as much of a buffer zone, but maybe we still do need a buffer zone. You know, I mean, yes, the USSR is gone, and, you know, there's not really as much of a threat of communism, but at the same time, Russia's currently run as an oligarchy of the old guard, with the head of said old guard being an ex-KGB officer that worked for the Soviet Union. Like, that's something that you definitely need to protect against. Also, let's hold a national referendum, though. Boom. Now we're fascist. Good. No portrait, which is very unfortunate, but... We have missile bases on their borders. Of course they want us to stop having them there. I mean, then what they need to do is just build up a military, you know, but... You know, they can have a military. USSR never died, it just changed its appearance. In some ways, that's true. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, it's definitely in a different state, rather than being in completely destroyed mode. Destroyed mode. We also are getting a lot of good industrialization going, which is good. We definitely need to complete a lot of these industrialization focuses. Okay, and I'm just gonna actually delete this one We don't need as many now. If they built a military, Europe would be up in arms about it. If they built a military, Europe would be up in arms about it. Yeah, but they still, as a country, they have a right to have a military. But, you know, you have the right to have a military for your own defense. Now, if they started being aggressive with their military, well, then other nations have the right to, you know, be worried about that and be up in arms about that. You know, they really have no better option than to make nice with us. But that doesn't mean interfere in our elections. What happens if U.S. pulls out? Yeah, that's the thing. You know, what if the U.S. Pulls out? And Donald Trump basically threatened to pull out of NATO. Did when he met with NATO, he's like, you know, if you're not going to do this, then I'm just going to do my own thing. What the frick does that mean? You got to be careful about what you say. You definitely have to keep that in mind because, yeah, Europe militarizes. Yeah. You know, I agree that they should contribute more to NATO defense, but, you know, you shouldn't be just bashing allies and then making so nice with Russia. You know, it kind of seems like Trump just wants Russia and the United States to be the two great world powers, and it seems like he wants to transition to a new era where you have more than just the United States. And I think the United States should be the greatest force for good in the world. I don't think that we should have any kind of, like, huge competitor. I mean, we got China. Of course, China's a big, huge economy and competitor, but we interfere in theirs, and they didn't hack anything. I'm pretty sure they did hack some stuff. All they did was post some ads and try to sow dissent. But the posting ads, that's not what we're upset about, though. Pretty sure there was hacking. So you gotta keep that in mind. You gotta make sure that they're not meddling in the election, because I'm pretty sure that they did hack some machines. Some machines are actually, some of the machines that we have are so old that they can't hack it. But with the modernizing technology, with not great enough security, they were able to get through, and that's been connected with Russian agents, not some geeky high school kids that wanted to just influence the United States election. That's been linked with Russian agents. And whether or not you think that Trump colluded with the Russians, that's your prerogative to decide what you want to believe. But the U.S. intelligence community has determined that they did interfere in the elections. They did do stuff, as Jen is saying. Yeah, they did actually do stuff. You gotta look at this evidence, and the thing is, look, I get my news from multiple sources. I am subscribed to the Fox News and the Fox Business Channel. I'm subscribed to CNN. I have on occasion watched MSNBC, even though it's like pure cancer. You know, and so I've seen both sides of this, and you know, it's like most people agree that Russia is our adversary. They're not our enemy necessarily, but they're our adversary. They're definitely a competitor. The hacking was never traced to Russia, which is a popular point for proxies anyways. Define interfere doesn't have to be traced to Russia. It wouldn't make it that easy. There you go. Communism is banned in Wingbarty, by the way. And if you're talking about the DNC leaks, we know that wasn't Russia. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the actual election with the voting machines that use more advanced technology that are capable and able to be hacked. And I say this, keep in mind, I say this as somebody that that supports Trump when I think he's done something right, and will also condemn the things that he's done wrong. And I think he was an absolute disgrace on the world stage. I believe, based on what I've seen, based on the research that I've done personally, I think that he was just absolutely a disgrace. So, Townsend. Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. There are factions forming now. Oh, what? We're gonna have to join a faction eventually. There's gonna be like a world war. United Ponies Alliance. We got the the Commonwealth of New Maryland. which is sort of like the 13 colonies, I guess. Be sure there was some voter fraud in favor of the Democrats, but this is the first I'm hearing of hacking. There of course is some voter fraud that happens, but it's not on a massive scale as it's suggested. I'm a centrist, also try to get news from sources from multiple points, and reading up on scholarly journals. I don't do as much of the scholarly journals stuff. Honestly, I don't have a lot of time for that. But I still want to stay as informed as possible. And I know that it's very, very difficult to get an unbiased source. So what you want to do, or what I want to do in my position, is I just want to get sources from both sides and kind of weigh them out. And I'm not a centrist. I'm a libertarian. So... and I actually tend to lean a little bit conservative. So, you know, that being said... that doesn't automatically make me right, but it also means that, you know, I'm not just blindly criticizing somebody. What are you saying then? 2 meddling talks does not make it a disaster. It depends on how bad they were, I think it is. Most nations meddle in elections, that's true. But, you know, then you gotta say that that's a bad thing, you know? You gotta be able to say, yeah, I trust I trust the United States intelligence, and if they say they did it, then I trust them over a foreign president just saying, we didn't do it. That's it. That's all he said. We didn't do it. Okay, thanks for your input. These are not questions that should have been asked in front of the person they were accusing. I mean, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter because he will deny it even behind Putin's back anyway. So it doesn't really matter that much. He still denies it no matter what. I mean, I'm just saying that we need to be very vigilant. We need to be very careful, and we need to keep an eye on Trump. We need to keep an eye on him. I mean, even if you don't think it was a disaster, you know, how is he supposed to respond? Yeah, F the guy standing across from me. Okay, but, you know, he doesn't need to respond like that. But then at least say, our intelligence services have confirmed that Russia was responsible for his meddling, and we need to hold them accountable for it. Boom. Say that, maybe similar, or no comments. Yeah, you could have just saying no comment. Yeah, I've been trying for years to improve relations with. Okay, but then say, this is the art of the deal, Trump. You know, he's supposed to be able to make any kind of deal. Okay, so you want to make nice with Russia? Say, look, we'll lift our sanctions, and we will, you know, we will have a friendly attitude toward you, but you can't interfere in our elections. Or you have to admit that you did it and then stop. You know? Stop trying to infiltrate us and maybe we'll be nice to you. This is art of the deal Trump. You know, this is not standard politics player of Washington. He's supposed to be able to make a good deal. Supposed to be able to. So let's hold him to that standard. He says he's the best negotiator. Well then, freaking negotiate. Don't just give everything up and say that's negotiating. I just think we need to hold him accountable. Probably a decision to favor good relations with Russia over the internal press who hate him anyway. And here's the thing. Sonymic, you're defending him right now. But Trump has actually tried to walk it back. Dude's like 70, he's like 72, anyway, I get your point, he's old, but he's already tried to walk it back. He's actually said that he meant to say, I don't really see any reason why it wouldn't be Russia. But then also said it could be anybody, so he walked it back, but then contradicted himself again. What do we benefit from good relations with Russia? That's true. Their biggest industrial sector is their oil and gas industry, which we have in the United States, which we can get from other countries. Not in his prime anymore. Still good though. peace, okay, but we can get peace through strength, as Ronald Reagan put it. You know, I like Ronald Reagan. We're not at war right now with Russia. You know, and just because there's no formal war, that doesn't mean that there's peace. There can be war, or there can be dissent. There could be, you know, they do have nukes. Okay, so be careful. That doesn't mean kowtow to them. We have nukes too. And I think we actually have more nukes than they do. So, okay, be careful. But don't bow down to them. We should not pander to Russia. I don't think they would use them, but still. Hey, we shouldn't pander to them. Oh, Russia has more nukes. Okay, well, so they have more nukes. But still, we still have nukes. Most are of old grade, that's true. Probably most were produced in the Soviet era. But guys, I really hate to cut this short, but I'm actually going to kind of like keep this game running. I'm going to industrialize the country more. I'm gonna like fix the scientific thing, and we're gonna come back tomorrow with this campaign in a better state. We'll be more ready, and that way you don't have to just, because this has been an hour and a half. There's still no war that we were able to start, so. And also, these guys are not part of a faction. They might be fighting soon. So we need to be careful of that. Appeasing Hitler didn't stop World War II. That's true. It was interesting talking. Yes, I'm very glad we were able to have this discussion. Certainly more interesting than most of the conversations that go on in the chat. We gave them more credibility than they needed. We gave them the benefit of the doubt. That they just said they didn't do it. And that means they didn't do it. So, anyways, but guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode or this stream, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, join the Discord server. Everything, yeah, Jin's totally correct. Everything like that. Links to support me are down in the description below. I want to, yeah, once again, thank everyone so much for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Hopefully we can just continue this discussion on the Discord. Anyways, see you guys next time.